Yeah, exciting matchup Sunday afternoon, and both teams the early December trying to figure how they can get some momentum before conference play. Talk about this team. I mean, you guys are one of the best teams in the country.
We welcome you to the Super Pit for the North Texas Mean Green and the UAB Blazers. Winner takes over sole possession of first place on the women's hoops side. Alongside Brian Burton, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us for this one. Two teams making the jump from Conference USA into the American this past summer, and they have wasted no time getting off to a hot start, even against some of the critics going into this season.
Yes, they both defied the odds coming in, and both are at the top of the standings now and playing in a championship environment here in Denton this afternoon.
This Blazers team has been red hot. They've won 4 straight, and they are off of the strength of one of the best guards in the conference, Denham Shields.
Yeah, Coach Burton refers to her as the best point guard in the conference. She leads the conference in assists. She's averaging 25 points per game over the last 3. She is as dynamic a guard as you'll see. Here you see her making the game-sealing shot in overtime on the road versus Wichita State in their last outing. She will be a focal point today.
And on the other side, Desiree Colonel really strengthening her Conference Player of the Year resume. She's looking for career win number 99 in this one.
Yeah, just the ultimate winner, the ultimate competitor. She gets up for games like this. She's averaged 20 in her last 2 games, and Mrs. Versatility, she's top 8 in 8 different categories in the conference.
Coach, what are your keys to the game for both of these teams to get it done?
Yeah, important for North Texas to do what they do well, dominate the paint, and then they have to make it difficult for the Shields. They need much difficulty all game long, changing up their the defensive attack against her. And then UAB, limiting turnovers. We know they shoot the 3 well. They must limit turnovers, and they must compete on the glass. 2 areas that were downfalls to them in their only conference loss against Charlotte.
There's the starting 5 for UAB. Maya Moore, what she's brought to the table, redshirt sophomore transfer out of Mississippi State, tops in the conference in rebounds per game, and there's just how quickly the Shields can get off to the races.
Yeah, the Shields is just, again, dynamic off the bounce. You got to decide if you're going to play help off of her off the drive or just make her make tough shots. Good job there by her, just getting straight to the rim, getting an easy layup. And the defense has been the story to start this game. North Texas has been able to force 3 turnovers. There you see a great block in the help side. And this is some of the points off turnovers from the steal by Deani Robinson, using her speed, doing a good job picking up where they left off from the last game. It was an urgent point of emphasis for this North Texas team to be able to start with a defensive mentality. They've held UAB to 38% shooting, forced 3 turnovers so far.
Now it's Sham Duncan. Low block. Colonel will drive up and under. Makes the adjustment and gets it to rattle in. North Texas has the lead, their first of the afternoon.
Well, they're starting to settle into the game, and I think the part that UAB is going to have to make a decision as this game goes on. Having the front court of Colonel and Lampkin, it's going to be really hard not to double team or play zone. Here's
a look at that tough bucket from Desiree Colonel, the transfer from Texas A&M Commerce, doing some work.
Yeah, she does work in the paint. She's a person who can score tough shots. It doesn't necessarily have to look pretty, but she just has an ability and a real eye for the basket when it comes to scoring in the paint. This is something you got to watch too, just a big-time connection between these two. They go to double late and don't crack down on the backside and picks up a late foul. So something to watch. They already have 1 player down. They play about 8 players, UAB does. They go 8 deep, so foul trouble inside when you're trying to defend these two can be something to keep an eye on. North Texas likes to be able to put pressure. It's funny, Coach Burton talked about this in our conversation. He said they get 3s from behind the arc. We get 3s from getting in one. So we like to do that because then we get fouls on the other team. Again, kind of going back to crowding the paint. They're doing a good job of making them see white jerseys when they go to the paint, both Moore and Denham. So here you see kind of a bluff and recover by Colonel that didn't know if she was going to stay or going to go, and just has caused just enough confusion to cause that turnover.
A bluff and recover. I like that.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, just a little stunt at the ball, kind of a footstep, so where you don't know if they're going to stay or go.
Take a look at this one again. We talk about defense turning into offense, and Colonel has done it on both ends.
Yeah, great job in transition there, just having the right hand and getting a little flex on the way back down, saying she might not be big enough, a.k.a. too small. And here you see her playing defense, something that coach has been on her about. Got to be more engaged defensively, can't take plays off, and big steal for back-to-back buckets. Speaking of free throws, this young lady has been in the tops nationally all year long as far as free throws attempted. She draws another foul with a sweep through, reverse pivot, is really putting on a clinic with her footwork.
Lofted to Colonel. She'll drive on the low block, turns through a couple defenders, up and in. 20 points in the first half for Desiree Colonel.
Doesn't matter man, doesn't matter zone. She is on a mission with 20, as you said. 9 of 11 from the field with 5 rebounds and 2 assists to lead her team in just 18 minutes of play.
What makes North Texas so effective in the way that they guard the perimeter like that on defense?
I think they have length, they have speed on the ball, and when they're focused and have attention to detail, it makes it very hard for other teams to get separation. Offense is all about getting separation from opponents to be open for 3, open for layups, open for whatever it may be. So they just do a good job of covering ground with their speed and their length.
Robinson has all day to set up a 3, and she takes complete advantage.
Who would have thought that North Texas would be shooting a better percentage from 3 than UAB coming into this game? Now, they're just shooting 20%, but UAB's shooting 17.
Taken away by Lampkin. Looking ahead of the pack, it's 3-on-2. Lampkin takes it herself inside. Strong drive from Misha Lampkin, and she's into double figures. Timeout UAB as North Texas has opened up an 18-point advantage in the second half.
Yeah, they normally go with their premium gas at halftime. They started this game in the second quarter, and they have not let up off the gas. Defense leading the offense. When they can create turnovers, they had 18 points off turnovers in the first half, picking up where they left off with Coast to Coast by Misha Lampkin.
What a win today to put us in first place.
Yeah, let's talk about who led the way. Desiree Colonel, 20 points at the half. She outscored UAB in the third quarter, 14-13. You guys, or second quarter, excuse me, and you guys had an unbelievable performance on both sides of the ball, but she led the way. She lives for games like this. Talk about her.
I just thought our paint presence, when you look at it, we got 50 points in the paint, and it was going to be a game where somebody's style of play was going to dominate.
Yep.
You know, the three-point line for them or the paint for us, and fortunately today it was the paint for us, and I thought that when Mish went out the game, man, DK stepped up, had a huge second quarter.
Yep.
Dominated. We shot like 85, 86% from the field in the second quarter. Because
record for the year, how best quarter.
Because of where we got the ball, and
Yep.
then DK picks up 2 early fouls in the third quarter,
Yeah.
and now it's Misha's time to shine. But along with that, man, just an incredible cast of players that played defense.